Shaquille O'Neal said that he would love to talk to Jeff Bezos about potentially teaming up to buy the Phoenix Suns. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
I think it'd be great to have another prominent NBA figure as part of an NBA ownership team. Jeff Bezos, we've been kind of waiting to see if somebody who's at the top of the Forbes list is going to make a move on a big sports team. I think the only real celebrity entrepreneur that's kind of an owner of a sports team would be like Mark Cuban, Steve Ballmer. And I think we're all just kind of waiting to see who's going to be that next one with all that kind of wealth to just take a stab at professional sports. And since Jeff Bezos is we've talked about this before, he's been in the mix. If you have Shaq partner with him, I think that'd be a great duo. A prominent entrepreneur, prominent NBA player who's also a great entrepreneur, great CEO status type guys. So I think it'd be awesome.
I'm not too familiar with this, but didn't Mark Cuban really turn around like the business of the Mavericks like completely around?
Well, let's think about this. Obviously that the value of NBA teams have gone up just because of it being a period of time. But keep in mind, he bought the Mavericks for when he sold Broadcast Net TV, I think was the name of his company, for $5 billion. He bought the Dallas Mavericks for about $285 million. The Mavericks nowadays they're worth about $3 billion.
Wow,
which is pretty crazy. So almost 10x on the value.
Yeah, I mean, what a cool connect as well, because I've seen it like countless times when he's on Shark Tank of him just being like, yeah, we could actually bring your product into my team and introduce it to the league more or less. But honestly, when it comes to Jeff Bezos and Shaq, I think that'd be a really cool combination there. It's like two worlds completely colliding, and I think Shaq would be a great owner. I think arguably better than Michael Jackson, or not Michael Jackson, but Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think one of the absolute best like kind of athletes turned public figure and entrepreneur is Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, he's exemplified that. He owns, countless amount of restaurants, gyms, brands, all these different things that he's got ownership in. And I really do think that the collaboration between him and Bezos obviously being one of the biggest pioneers in entrepreneurship and one of the greatest innovators of all time, I think that team, and plus not only, you can't sleep on Shaquille O'Neal's business prowess either. Because I think the two of them, Shaq with the knowledge he has for basketball, Bezos the knowledge he has for business and entrepreneurship, I think that the two of them would be a deadly duo as owners.
It's almost, you could kind of see, if you watch some of Shaq's interviews, a bit of foreshadowing for this kind of partnership to potentially take place, is because he's been publicly stated his admiration for Jeff Bezos and what he does with Amazon. He basically said, I patterned my entire investment strategy off of Jeff Bezos, because Bezos said that the way he invests his money is he likes to invest in things that are going to change people's lives pretty much, and that's what Shaq has implemented himself. And then also with this talk of the Phoenix Suns, Shaq originally was going to bow out of the discussion to own it, because he said, when you hear the initials JB are in the mix, like, you don't want to mess around, meaning Jeff Bezos. And so I think it'd be really cool to rather just see, an entrepreneur separated from the game by the team. I'd love to see somebody that's been a beloved figure in the game buy it as well.